will, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. And each month, we share a portion of our vision, mission, and core values. And this is the second half of our core values. And we believe in assessments that are authentic, meaningful, appropriate, and helpful in guiding students' futures in whatever location they choose. We believe in technology that enhances learning, enables education in varying environments, and prepares students for current and future technological advances. We believe in facilities should provide a clean, safe, and effective learning environment. And we believe in proper stewardship of resources that supports the sustainability, security, and effectiveness of our school district. And at this time, we will have the Students of the Month.
All right. All right, I've got two today. So my first one is a first grader from Mrs. Keish's classroom, and I want to introduce to you Miss Avery Falk. Come on up here, Avery. All right, so this is a great kid, by the way. Great kid. Teacher agrees, right? That's right. Agreed. Yes. So Avery is the daughter of Brady Falk and Amber Skinner. She has 3 brothers and 1 sister, right? Better be right. You're the one who told me this. Favorite subject? Don't let me hang. She's nervous right now, so we're just going to try to lighten it up a little bit. What's your favorite hobby? Drawing. Drawing, yes, drawing. And you said your favorite food is pizza. Do you remember what kind? You remember that, didn't you? You remember that one, pepperoni pizza. Favorite color?
Pink.
Pink, all right. I did ask her what her favorite movie, TV show was, and it took her a long time to figure since she didn't really have a favorite, but we settled on, do you remember? iCarly, that's right, iCarly. And what's that?
That's my husband's favorite.
That's your husband's favorite. There we go, you're good company. What you like best about Bloomfield? She says that she just loves learning. That's it, she just loves learning. So you can't fault her there at all. And you want to hear what Ms. Kaish says about you? She says Avery was nominated because of her willingness to always work hard to do her best, no matter what. Avery always has a smile on her face. She is kind and loves to help others. She's very proud of you, she says, and that she has watched you overcome many challenges, never showing frustration or wanting to give up. You are everything that a student of the month should be and more. She feels blessed to be your teacher. Good job, kid. Great job. All right, so so I've got 2 things here for you. First of all, you're gonna really like this Dairy Queen card, $5 Dairy Queen card, and then your student of the month plaque. All right, so let's take those. Let's go over here and take a picture. And I forgot my phone. Yeah, you can want to take a picture too, Mom.
No way.
6 months, kiddo. 1, 2, and 3. Hey, if you're ever in doubt, you'll look one more. All right. Okay, second student of the month is a 4th grader from Miss Graber's classroom. Help me welcome, I should say, Isabella Rogers. Come on up, Isabella. Okay, She is the daughter of Jeff and Jessica Rogers, sitting right over here, proud parents. And she has a brother, Logan, that you like most of the time, right? Okay. Favorite subject? 2 for 2. That's right. There you go. Good job. What's your hobby? Favorite hobby? Art. She told me she likes to craft. So anything that has anything to do with craft, right? All right. Favorite food? What kind? Cheese pizza, right? Cheese pizza. And your favorite color is blue. What's your favorite TV show? It's a name. Jesse, that's right. I've never seen Jesse. If you kind of explain that to me a little bit, can you tell them what Jesse is? Wait a minute. Is it your favorite, your son or your husband's favorite show?
I like that. I like Jesse. I do.
You got her husband's favorite show, and now you got her favorite show. All right.
They're
What's
bringing back
Jesse
the old
about?
school shows. They are.
What's Jesse about?
A nanny who takes care of.
A nanny who takes care of children. Well, that's an honorable profession, isn't it? I like that. I asked her what she likes best about Bloomfield, and she says the people here are very nice, right? Okay. And her teacher says, you want to hear what she says about you? You sure?
Yes.
Okay. She says, Isabella was chosen because she is a hardworking and motivated student. She is eager to learn and loves to push herself completely, and doesn't matter how challenging the task. Not only is she successful in the classroom, but she is a good friend to her classmates. She is caring and seeks out opportunities to help others. The teacher says that she can rely on you to help out whenever it's needed without any complaint, that you are the model student and most, if not all, of your classmates respect you. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right. Isabella Rogers, everybody. So, Dairy Queen gift card, $5 there, and then doing off black. One, two, three. Hang on. All right, come on, kiddo. Good job. Dean, it's all yours.
Okay, so students of the month for the middle and high school this week, or this month, I should say, March. We'll start out with our middle school student of the month, 8th grader Cameron Brandstetter. Come here, my man. How are you? Right? Like I said, Cameron's an 8th grader here. His favorite food, let me make sure I got the right thing. All right, his favorite food, Mexican. Right?
Yeah.
You're a frequent Costa man?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Caesar takes good care of us. I asked what clubs, teams, programs he's involved in. Cameron is involved in a lot. Basketball, baseball, track, and golf. He's a Beta Club, Junior Beta Club member, student council, junior, I should say, middle school junior council, student council, FCA, FFA, Bass Fishing Club, and Guitar Club. Is that right?
Yeah.
Can you play a little bit?
Not really.
Okay. Honesty, my man. Good. Well done. Now, Mr. LeGrand, on the other hand, he's pretty good at it. Yeah, he is. And he's his hobby? Just one. That's it? Just one? Right now? Basketball. All right. No. Favorite subject? Math. You want to know why you chose math? Tell him. No, just go ahead and tell him.
Because I'm good at
He's
it.
good. He's good on it. What do you like most about Bloomfield Middle and High School? He says, I like how small it is. Okay, Cameron, congratulations, my man. Well done, sir. All right, buddy. There you go. Got a t-shirt for you right here. Got your plaque. Who's going to take the picture? Grandma, mom, aunt? Who we got? Aunt and Shell. She's the closest one. In about 2 years, he'll be probably a foot taller than all of us. So let's see that there. right? That's right, we do. All right, and our local high school student of the month is sophomore Taylor Thompson. Where you at, Taylor? Come on up. Oh, Taylor, how are you this evening? Good, all right. So, Taylor's favorite food, chicken and potatoes, right? All right, I like it. She is involved in student council, all right? Her hobbies, she enjoys reading, shopping. Okay, diamond art, what is that?
It's just little diamonds you put on
Clothing and stuff like that, maybe?
well, no,
Okay.
on like a canvas.
Canvas, okay. I just need to be quiet and let you talk. Tedious but fun. Good job. And this is the new one right here. And she also enjoys what?
Napkins.
Napkins. Favorite subject? History and science. Why history and science?
I just really love
There you go. Good job. And what she likes most about Bloomfield High School, the classes with my friends, and Fridays because we what?
We get out early.
We get out early. There we go. Taylor, congratulations. Good job, young lady. Good job. Now, Mom's here, and you can come right over here and take a picture with her in the backdrop. All right? All right, good job, Taylor. Congratulations.
Once again, we'd like to congratulate the students of the month and their families for a job well done. And we understand that if you need to leave at this time, that's fine, because all the fun stuff is over with now. And now we're down to the business. So we'll pause for just a second if you need to leave, and then we'll continue with the meeting. So. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mr. Riddler, want to continue with elementary resignation?
Sure. So first of all, I'd like to recognize our drawing winners for our character trait, field graduate trait drawing. We do that every Monday. So I have one set there from February because we had a drawing after our last meeting. So I'd like to recognize the students that the February character trait was fairness, and the ideal graduate trait was inclusive for the elementary. Lucas Totten, second grader out of Miss Medina's classroom. Izzy Condry, first grader from Mrs. Keish's classroom. Zayden Nicholson Wolf, a fifth grader from Mrs. Shaw's classroom. And Carly Anderson, a fourth grader from Mrs. Van Dievender's classroom, were the winners to close out the month of February. Then we started our drawings for March, and the character trait this month is responsibility, and the ideal graduate trait is collaborative. So again, they earn those tickets as they show those traits, and we have the drawings every Monday. We have 6 winners so far this month. We'll have our last drawing when we get back from spring break. Jackson Mitchell, first grader from Mrs. Keish's classroom. Evie Nicholson and Bowen Fritz, both fifth graders from Mr. Raper's homeroom. And Ainsley Klinger, kindergartner from Mr. Wagner's classroom. Lakota Bolt, fourth grader from Mrs. Barker's classroom. And Jameson Heston, first grader from Miss Hill's classroom. So those were our character trait and ideal graduate trait winners to date. We also had our roundup, our kindergarten preschool roundup since we last met. And pleased to say that we had 37 kindergartners sign up. That's about normal. And typically you can guess that it'll double before August or just shy of doubling. So that's a pretty good number. And our preschoolers, we had 23 sign up, and our AM preschool is full. So pretty good number in that case. So also, I want to recognize our Welcome Wednesday participants, and that's where Wednesday mornings we have a group come out and they welcome the kids. They get out of the cars and come up to the front of the school, give them high five, and just see the smiles on the kids' faces. They absolutely love it. This is something that our counselor, Mrs. Kim Hill, started. He pretty well runs the thing. Does such a great job. But this month we had the Cardinal Band from the high school come over and they played some music for us. Kids absolutely love that. They want them back. Our boys basketball team, after they won sectionals, come over. Kids were all about that as well. I think a lot of them dressed up. They knew they were coming. They dressed up for them. The Cardinal mascot this time was Lydia Wade. That's who it was. That came over and welcomed the kids. And then on this last one, I've learned that if I invite these guys back again, I probably need to put something out to parents so they don't think something bad is going on in front of the school. But we had all of our police departments for local officers here on the last Wednesday morning, all the Bloomfield Police Department guys, all three of them. And then the County Sheriff's Department was here. Of course, Marvin Holt, our school resource officer, kind of headed that up for us. And I think we even had some here from our probation department. So we had a good turnout, but I think it freaked some parents out. So listen there, heads up out there for people. So that was great. Also, we had our wax museum, our annual wax museum that the third grade puts on. They always do such a great job for that. I wasn't able to come this year. I had a medical procedure that I had to have done, so I wasn't able to be here. But I want to thank Mr. Dean, Mr. Neal. They let us use the auxiliary gym this year, and that was different. So just to give you some history, when they first started this, which was before me, they always did it in the hallways, the way I understand it, just organized chaos in those hallways. So they asked if we could move to the middle school gym, and Mr. Neal was very accommodating. We got into the middle school gym. The acoustics in there are terrible, so it was loud, very loud. So we asked if we could use the auxiliary gym because I think the acoustics are way better than the auxiliary gym. And my third grade team reported that it was awesome, just awesome. They were so glad that we were able to have that area now. And I like to say that to you guys too, because I know when we're going through the whole process of building it or not to build it or whatever, we want it to be used for more than just sports. And so this is a great example of how we can use this space. They said the acoustics were great. It was nice to have a big open hallway and restrooms right here, so we didn't have people all over the place, but everything was right here within reach. And the gym was plenty big enough. Parking out here, we didn't have to worry about parking. I know that lot over there is a lot smaller, and that was one that they always tried to come in when that gym upstairs. So nothing but great things to say. The third grade team, Mrs. Joanna Fish, Mrs. Erica Pemberton, and Mrs. Stephanie Parsley. And as I said, they did just a phenomenal job on this thing. So if you've not been able to come to one of those yet, you need to come to one so you can see what it's like. It's just amazing. These kids for weeks pick the person that they're going to try to mimic or show off, and then they try to learn all these facts about this person. And I'm amazed at how many of them do it without looking at the note cards. Really cool. So just wanted to highlight that. And then finally, last thing I have, we just got our iRead 3 testing results back. So we had 85% of our third graders pass the iRead 3, which means we're reading at grade level, which is 16% over the state average. So I'm very proud of that. We did have some that did not pass. We had 7, I think, that did not pass that will receive good cause exemptions because they have an IEP and they have a disability in reading. But we had 1 with a disability actually pass the test. That is awesome. We're really excited about that. And we got 3 that are going to retake it. So we have 2 of them that actually have that could qualify for the good cause exemption that would just barely miss. So we're going to get them back in and have them taken. Of course, we had another one that also, and again, he was right there. So we're very excited about those numbers. Very excited about how well the kids did. It's a really when I want to recognize, I need to recognize all my kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and third grade teachers because it takes all of them to get to that point. Everybody's got to work at it, and it's a job. So the retake for those 3 students is on May 22nd. Between now and then, they will be
all of them that haven't passed it, but those three were definitely okay. So that is all I have.
All right, man. So recognitions for the middle school and high school. We have several, but I just started at the beginning of the month. Our juniors that successfully completed the SAT at school day on March 1st. So that's always an undertaking. You're looking at roughly from about 8 to 12:30 if they're testing. We've done that for a better part over a decade. Just here in the last year, the state has said we'll cover that. That's going to be the benchmark there for the juniors. So we just continue with what we've been doing and really, proud of the kids because it's commitment and being here, not missing in attendance. Also, boys basketball sectional champions had a great year. We were ranked #1 for many weeks, and just ran up against a team that was just a little bit better that day. Got to be 43, 40, I think it was there, if I remember right. And then that team that beat us, they're in the state championship this Saturday in Duluth. So got that. NJROTC, they've had a big month. Start out with, they were the Area 3 West champions. It's the first time that our unit has won the Area 3. That was held at Pike High School in Indianapolis. I'm going to say I think there were anywhere from 18 to 25 schools that were involved in that, and our solid unit there came out on top in all competitions overall. So congratulations to them. That's the first time that's happened. They just got back Tuesday morning early, 2:45 I think is when I got the text. Not that I was late. But they finished 13th in the National Orienteering Meet that was held in Georgia this past weekend. So congratulations to them. There were 3 teams that were represented, had a varsity JV and a freshman C team. Dustin Hamilton, Jacob Spear, Brady Hudson, and Drake Sisk were on the varsity. Kansas Rhodes, Lydia Weddle, Ethan Hamilton, and Hunter Sisk, JV, and Blaine Van Deventer, Abigail Richards, and Elena Raper were on the C team. So congratulations to them. The drone competition that they went to in Ohio that you all took care of as far as proving their out-of-state trip there, they finished third in a couple of the events. The drone. So this is the first time they've gone to that event. They had 2 teams. Team 1 was captained by Nick Pittman. Santos Paragon, Blaine Van Deventer, and Hunter Sisk were on Team 1, and drone Team 2, captained by Cadet Dylan Hartung, and he led cadets Aiden Wright, Avery Malone, and Elena Raper. So good experience for them. They are going to be heading to Galveston, Texas next week. So big time for them. So looking forward to that. I know they are. That's going to be a big trip, and they were flying down. So there's a lot of fundraising to get that, and they did it. I also want to recognize our 7-8 band. They went to Terre Haute on Saturday, March 18th, competed in the ISMA organizational competition and received a silver rating. So congratulations to Ms. Helms and the middle school, or the state middle school, but it's a 7-8 band with that. We had junior beta induction ceremony on the 10th of March. Miss Fields and Miss Heaton are our junior beta sponsors. We had 23 new inductees. So congratulations to those new inductees, and we'll be looking forward to that. And I know they'll carry that on with senior beta. We held our annual scheduling meeting on Monday, the 13th. Had a really good turnout of parents. That was for incoming grades 9 through 11. We were able to, of course, cover. What I was really happy was we had several teachers that showed up at the scheduling meeting and talked about. I had my early college team that was here talking about the dual credit opportunities that we have and the dual credit classes, what that takes care of. Our fine arts department was here talking about the music. Julie was here to promote our ag program. And that's always, it's good because it puts a name with the face. Of course, we all pretty much know everybody there, but also gives them an opportunity to talk about their programs. And so right now, Ms. Fagan has been in the process of scheduling with individual students and getting that going. So it was a good turnout and good discussion that we had with that. Turning to SWIAC All Conference, this past Tuesday we had our Winter All Conference banquet. held over at Linton. And we recognized our boys and girls all-conference teams and our academic all-conference team. So girls basketball, Brianna Brewer and Delaney Richardson were all-conference. Boys basketball, Peter Combs, Blake Neal, Justin Beard were all-conference, and Brett Sherrard was honorable mention. And our academic all-conference, I think I may have mentioned these last time, but I'll do it again since we had Tuesday. Peter Combs, Adeline Wiseman, and Kansas Rose. So congratulations to those. One thing I'm always proud about, you know, there's no set number as far as like 3 is the maximum that you can have on academic all-conference, but not all conference teams get 3. You know, there's a formula that is used, you know, that includes GPA, weighted courses, SAT or ACT scores and everything. And, you know, in my tenure here in 15 years, we've never not had 3 make academic all-conference. So that's always nice to have. Some individual accomplishments here. Peter Combs. Pete was named IBCA Small School All-State this week. And Pete also made IBCA Academic All-State. Pete's going to go continue his playing career and his college career at Taylor University. So I want to wish Pete good luck with that. Blake Neal was honorable mention, IBCA Small School All-State, and he has been selected to play in the Futures game at Gamebridge Fieldhouse on June 10th, which is the Indiana-Kentucky All-Star game. And he'll be playing on the South team, which is comprised of freshmen through juniors. And they'll be playing the North squad. And, you know, some of the names that, you know, that are on the South squad are pretty prominent in the recruiting that you see. So that's, he's one of only 2 freshmen on the South squad. So pretty nice and happy for him. The ag program, the small engines team qualified for state competition. That goes with the welding, which will also be in the state competition. And then today was Ag Day at Greene County 4-H grounds. And so 9 of our ag students, FFA members, went over and helped with the corralling of 4th grade, maybe. I know our 4th grade was there. Yeah, so there were several. And so they participated with that. Sure, this is the last one. It is. And the last one I have here, this is a preseason 1A All-State. But Brett Sherrard has been selected as preseason All-State by PBR Indiana, which is a baseball association, and they rate players throughout the state. So Brett, of course, is going to go to Butler to play next year. So we want to wish good luck to Brett and the ball team. All our spring sports, they're all getting started: tennis, softball, track, baseball, of course. And so pretty good. That's all I got.
Good job.
All right, thank you. Continuing on with the agenda, do we have any public comments regarding agenda items?
No, there are not.
Okay, thank you. And then now the consent agenda.
We'll start with their fundraiser request. Looks like we have the student council at the elementary doing Easter eggs with candy. And then we have the spring carnival, which is also at the elementary. Those 2 have asked permission to go ahead with their programs. We'll jump back then to meeting minutes for February 23, executive session, meeting minutes for the regular session, meeting minutes for the special session on the 16th, the treasurer's report, personnel, it's quite a list on their personnel, and then we move to donations.
All right, and like they said about ROTC, they've had quite a fundraising going on, getting ready for their trips, and we'd like to thank the following people for the donations to the NJROTC. The Legion Auxiliary of Jasonville, Legion 298 of Hymera, Alan and Tanya Toon, the American Legion Auxiliary Post 196, Jerry and Anita Van Dievender, Trisha Weddle, Monica Evans, the First Presbyterian Church Women's Association, the Midwest Business Holdings LLC, Heather Malone, Nate Brown, Crane Credit Union, Tennessee Valley Timber and Veneer, John and Melanie Hamilton, Ryan Van Dievender, BFW Post 9627, Helen Bowling, and an American Legion Post 196 raffle. And then we'd also like to thank the other donations to the athletics, an anonymous donation to the boys basketball, in a donation in memory of Randy Smith to the golf team, Alan and Anita Woodward, Nancy Hudson, Luke and Ashley Rudisell, and the VHS class of 1973. In memory of Sheila Workman, Bloomfield United Methodist Church, and Nancy Hudson. And then also in memory of Boomy and Sharon Vaught and Sheila Workman, Dawn and Liz Luce, Paula Beard, Amber Brandstetter, Cami Hera, Nancy Hudson and Carla Priest, Brian and Judy Wiles and family. And then to the baseball, Bill Babcock of Bill's Auto, Chip Allen, Midwest Business Holdings, Pamela Leon Allen, and Keith and Patricia Graves. And then also to the Culture Club, Wyatt LeGrand. And again, we'd like to thank all these folks for their donations. And at this time, we have a recommendation to approve this consent agenda. Do we have any, or do I have a motion?
I'll motion. Approve it.
And do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, thank you. Do we have any comments or questions on the consent agenda? All right, seeing none, all in favor? All right, thank you. All right, and the only other thing under other business is the proposed superintendent contract. And I'd just like to say 5 months ago, the board learned that we would need to hire a superintendent. We all knew that hiring a superintendent is the most important job for any school board. And I'd like to thank the following people who helped us through that process. First, I'd like to thank my fellow board members for all their hard work. I'd like to thank our families for putting up with us through this process. And I'd like to thank all the candidates who applied for this position. And I'd like to thank the university search team of Dr. Walter Burke of IU, Dr. James Freeland of Purdue, Dr. Marilyn Quick of Ball State, and Dr. Terry McDaniels of ISU and Bloomfield High School graduate. This team's valuable experience helped us navigate this process. I'd also like to thank Jessica Blazier and all the rest of the staff who helped us prepare for all the interviews that we had. And I'd like to thank Dr. Milner for filling in as an interim superintendent for us and all of her help and advice during this search. So we have a proposed superintendent contract that was advertised in the paper on February 28th. We held our public hearing on the contract last Thursday. And at this time, I'd like to recommend Dr. Scott Vanderall as our next superintendent. And do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
And do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Do I have any comments or questions?
I have a comment.
I do have a comment also. Go ahead, Jerry.
You can go ahead if you want.
I just want to say publicly that I have previously expressed concerns to the board members regarding the hiring of Dr. Vanderay. I don't feel that these concerns have been adequately mitigated to the point where I can in good conscience vote to approve Dr. Vanderay's hiring as what's best for Bloomfield students and staff. Thanks.
So Steve Dowd is not here, but he asked me to read a statement on his behalf, and I told him I would. Although since he's on spring break, I think I might just add in my own words. He says, I'm disappointed that I'm unable to be present for tonight's meeting due to spring break travel plans. If I was able to be present, I would most definitely cast a vote in support of hiring Dr. Vanderay as superintendent. We conducted a survey prior to this search process, and I strongly believe that he checks the boxes for what our community clearly stated that they would want in a new superintendent. I believe that Dr. Vanderay to be a leader that has demonstrated being a good communicator and a problem solver. He is approachable, likable, trustworthy, and values community culture. He comes to us as a superintendent with not only experience, but with experience that has earned him praises, awards, and great references from individuals and organizations that have worked closely with him through the years. One of the issues that stands out for me personally is the need for improvement in the areas of fairness and accountability for all stakeholders, administration, teachers, support staff, and students. I have faith that Dr. Vanderay will be a strong advocate for those improvements and all the other important needs of our school district. I look forward to having him and his family as part of our community. Thank you, Steve Dowden.
Any other questions or comments? All right, seeing none. All in favor? All opposed? All right, thank you. And welcome to Bloomfield.
Right.
Thank you. All right, and Dr. Melvin, Superintendent report?
Simply that it's been a pleasure to be with you all. I've enjoyed my time again, and I see great things in your future. You all are going to do so well over time. New superintendent, wonderful staff, strong board. Few concerns, well, we still have a few things to finish up as far as the renovations are concerned, but these folks, and I'm talking about Matt and Sarah and David and Mike and Jessica, and most certainly Michelle, these folks are really keeping tabs on what still needs to be done, keeping a schedule that makes sense, watching closely what we've spent and what we have not yet spent. And I just think it's important for them to continue to work with Dan. I forgot Jonas. I see him all the time. Just look right over him. It's just, there's a lot of little things that still need to be addressed. We had hoped to take care of a lot of that during spring break, and maybe the sun will come out tomorrow and we'll have beautiful weather all next week. That's my hope. But even if we don't, there are things that need to be done inside the building that can be addressed. We're still looking at canopy at the elementary, paint, drywall cracks, the street drainage problem. We do have the cafeteria well underway, and Miss Sarah is doing an amazing job. Thank you too for having something for us to snack on this evening and in celebration of our new folks. Thank you for having me. It's been fun. Just wish you weren't so far away. But short of that, it's been a wonderful time, and I wish you all the very best.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yes,
It's been fun.
absolutely.
Thank you. And is there any board member comments and items for future agendas?
I forgot to say something with personnel, but so we are, Mr. Dean, this is for you.
Okay.
Mrs. Wilson, she resigned or retired again as the part-time math teacher, but we're looking to hire full-time. That's gotcha.
I have a question actually, because I think I had asked it, but I don't know that it actually got answered yet. But and it'll be for you too, because I think you might know this, but if not, then I can follow up with JB. But do we have a JV softball team, and who is our coach? Because we hired a coach. It's my understanding there's not been communication between the two coaches. So
Well,
I don't know if you don't know, because I kind of.
JB and I talked today. So number one, we've got, I think, 12 or 13 girls. So it'll be a modified, they'll play 3, 4, 5 innings, when available, for JV players. Dara James is on tonight's agenda as a softball assistant. Aaron Morse, was approved earlier. JB has tried to communicate with them via text, email, and phone. Heard back from him today. I don't know about communication between head coach
Okay.
and that. My understanding is that, I don't know. That's between the
Yeah.
head coach.
I just wondered because they're playing and I didn't know if that was,
Well, they had a scrimmage
yeah.
Wednesday. So, Dara's in place to be an assistant. Michael Hayes is a volunteer assistant.
But we have, it's my understanding, we hired Aaron
That's
as the coach. So that's,
the head
we
coach.
got him on.
The head coach is going to have to make a decision if he wants that, if he needs him or not. That's
Okay.
Dustin. He's the head coach. That's his program. He needs to make that decision.
That's kind of what I'm getting at because we've got him on payroll. So,
Well, yeah,
yeah. Okay.
true thing. Yeah, that's where we're at right now.
Okay.
Just make that decision.
other comments or questions for future agendas? Okay. Our future meetings, our next board meeting will be April the 27th and May the 25th here in the Media Center at 6 p.m. both nights. And this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Good job.